All right, this play here, I'm going empty set. I'm going with the 4 verts. As you can see, obviously the reason I'm doing that, there's 2 minutes left in the half. So I want to make sure I get another score before the half here. You can see I get the goes on the outsides here, and then he's running sort of a post route here, and then he actually would run normally like a pivot or snag slant, but I go ahead and send him on a regular slant because I want to get him out there faster just in case somebody blitzes me. Then I hit that right away. So looking at this here, and then you're in that quarter set or whatever this is, where you have the single guy here, and it looks like you're in man up 3 deep. So everybody here should be in man coverage, and then you get the 3 deep coverage over the top. That's a good call. That's what I would be calling right now in this play. And what I would do is I'd bump up like you have and play them to the inside. I don't always bump them up though, but a lot of times I would play them to the inside, especially if they have the 3 timeouts. Then don't worry so much about keeping them from getting out of bounds, because with the 3 timeouts you want them to go ahead and use it. So let them hit the right now that's just, they're fine with that when it comes to that. So don't worry about covering the outside so much. So it looks like I said, let's man up 3 deep. We'll go ahead and run through it, and I'll show you what happens here. You have this guy bumped up, good, because you have that safety help here. Same thing with this side. That's good. So as you can see, I do have him beat, but you have that safety there, so you're good. You have good, good position there. Now, right now, I don't know what your guy's doing here. I know you're not controlling him, so that's not like you did anything wrong. Same thing with this guy. He kind of takes a weird angle too. I don't know why they're doing that, unless you can tell me on that. If you ran commit, which you do never want to do in this situation. Honestly, I only run commit if I'm 100% sure. So, or if I just don't care, if I give up to deep play and I just want to stop that 4th and inches or 4th and 1. And sometimes I will sell out eventually, on occasion. But as in this case here, you see, for some reason, this guy was man up, and then he goes and just sits right here in the middle. I don't know why they're doing that, to be honest with you. But obviously that opens that up. Now, what'll help that, all right, and that's kind of like the big thing I mentioned before. You're using alignment here. Not going to help you any. Not unless you're really good at getting off, and honestly, you haven't done that yet. So user this guy here. You already have 2 deep safeties. That'll help you out. This guy you can play with a little bit. Now, you still want to be able to cover anything that goes deep, but in this case, if you see that thing free up like that, you can jump it. You can get right on it, cut that off. Maybe, I see it, or I don't see you jumping it, and I see this opening up, and then I throw it, and you get a nice interception there. So, and even if you don't get the interception, you're in there to make a tackle, knock the ball loose, something like that, to where I don't make the catch. Okay. All right, we're going same play here. You're in the same defense. I'm in the same offense here. Obviously, it's at the end of the quarter here. I would be in this. You're in the man up 3 deep again. I do believe in this case you do something a little different. We'll go ahead and run through the play and see what happens. Let's just talk about it here as it goes. So yeah, you drop off that lineman there, and it makes me freeze. It makes me hold on to the ball longer. Now, in this case, because he is the lineman, now you only have the 2 guys rushing in this case. So it's going to let me hold on to the ball longer and wait for him to get open. But really, you guys do a good job in this case. All right, that guy's in a good spot. This guy's able to step up. I still make the catch, and I still get the big play. But that was more just because my guy made a really good play, as opposed to your guys not being where they should have been. That was more a little bit of luck added in, with the time that I had to throw the ball and where to throw it. So that's not bad. That was good defense. It was, like I said, just a spectacular catch, or just a really good catch on my guy's part, because your guys were in position to make that play. You made me hold it up right there. Now, what I would say in this case, leave that guy alone down here to rush, and then use the safety to do that. Because, like I said, with the 2 deep safeties, they can help out on either side here with the other deep routes. Once you see that, you jump it, or at least step up to make me think you're jumping it. I gotta hold that a lot longer. And then if you have that 3rd guy here, maybe he beats these guys, but that also forces these guys maybe to stay in and not be able to help out. So that would be my thing on that. Go ahead and leave this guy alone, but it's not a bad decision to do that either. I've done it sometimes when I have a hard time with somebody who's really good with their passing game, where I drop off and only send a couple. I don't really like doing it, but I'll do it once in a while. So it's not a bad thing here at all. Your guys did a good job, I thought, overall. It's just, you know, it was a really good, you know, play by my receiver in that case. Okay, with this one here, I went with the Hitches and Corners, which is a similar concept to the 4-vert, but it is a little different. As you can see, I get the corners out of my 2 slot guys. Really, both these guys are supposed to be running hitches, but I always send him on a slant. Unless this guy is like way off, then I might leave him there and then just throw it to him really quick if I want the quick yards. But most, like 99.9% of the time, he's running this slant. And then with this guy here, he's not quite running that rounded off dragish post. He's running almost a true post in this case. So it's very similar, but also somewhat different. And what I'm looking for here is if you're man-to-man or zone. If you're man-to-man, then typically I'm going to hit whoever opens up first between these 2 guys. Those are the guys I'm looking for. If it's zone, then I'll look for Bryant and then Whitehead. Well, if it's cover 3, if it's cover 2, then I'll look to go ahead and hit Beasley on the corner there. So let's go run through it real quick. You're in your same defense. I believe you are still man up 3 deep, so what it looks like. So overall, though, that's a good call. I mean, yeah, I would be in this. Okay, you drop him off again. That takes him away, so I can't throw to him at all. But, you know, Dez opens up, and that's just, you know, Dez Bryant man-to-man with the guy. He's going to win a lot of times when he's one-on-one. You know, it's just, you know, my best receiver. So the only thing that might help that is playing inside. But then if you do that, you run the risk of him opening up here. So really, I mean, it's not a bad call at all. This is actually pretty good. It's just the one-on-one breakdown there with my guy beating yours. So it's just that's kind of something you have to live with, and you know it's going to happen, you know, from time to time. So sometimes you'll win it, sometimes your opponent will win that in that case.